But all the legends were on the stage for Keith Lee's entrance. Then they sat in chairs on the stage and watched the match and whispered to themselves, Keith Lee against Drew McIntyre. This was a babyface match. I don't know why that they had this match and have the legends just watching it. And as I've zipped through this whole thing, because what the fuck? Here's another fucking, they beat fucking Keith Lee again. And at least he could have had some out if he was beaten by a heel, but he's beaten by a babyface. So he is obviously less than their current babyface champion. He's just a guy on the fucking card. And then here comes Goldberg, who gets an entrance and gets an interview, who just blows right past all the other legends and confronts Drew McIntyre and starts telling him off and cutting him a promo on him saying he's got no respect. Drew McIntyre's a babyface. What the have they forgotten how to make a fucking match that anybody gives a shit about? Two babyfaces fought. You beat a babyface with another babyface for no reason and just diminished Keith Lee. And then you have a legend babyface, Goldberg, come out and bury your current babyface champion. And then he shoved him on his ass. And then, of course, my DVR locked up because that was the end of the show. And did he get back up and kick? Did we get a fight?
No, it just ended. That's how it ended.
That's how it ended. There's no fucking heel that people would want to see Goldberg spear out of their boots. They've been trying to push Drew McIntyre on and off. So he gets shoved down by a fucking guy in his 50s and doesn't do anything about it. There's not even a fight.
Well, he probably didn't want to start a fight because all the legends on the stage would have come down there to help their fellow legend.
Fuck, it didn't look like they could have fucking got down the ramp without a fucking hover round, half of them. And obviously all the rest of them, whether they're physically capable or not, are used to being talked down to and demeaned. And they put up with it. I'm astonished that the legends were of no use to anybody, and nothing on the program helped anybody else. They made the legends less instead of having the legends help make the new talent more.
WWE got what they wanted. They popped the rating a little bit for one night. It won't help with anything in the long term. I will say, I wasn't as smart as you. I watched it live as it happened.
Oh my God.
I was at my desk working.
3 fucking hours.
I was at my desk working and I said, you know what? I'm not going to watch this on my DVR. If it's DVR'd, it'll sit there and I'll never watch it. I'm going to just keep it on in the background, and instead of fast forwarding, I'll look up at several points. That opening segment with The Miz and Morrison and The New Day.
Oh, I didn't listen to any of that.
It was so fucking atrocious. So poorly done. Everyone acts like a child. No one acts like an adult. I hated it so much. I immediately jumped on Twitter and just said, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to watch this. It was the first segment of the show, and I was giving up on the show. It is such a bad show. WWE has completely lost the plot. There have been various points in its history where it was good. A lot of points where it was not so good, but there were bright spots. Everything now. The commentators drove me nuts all night. That Tom Phillips, who is now just cosplay Michael Cole. And I forget the name of the African-American guy there, but he sounds just like him, and they sound just like Samoa Joe. You have 3 guys who sound similar, saying nothing. A bunch of idiots. The commentating sucks. The presentation sucks. The writing sucks. The backstage segments suck. That show is garbage. Someone needs to have the balls to say, Vince, you need to go home. You are hurting everything you have built. Maybe he doesn't care. Look, I know people, they build companies and they want to destroy their own companies. Why sell it when I could destroy it myself?
Or their own countries, for that matter.
Vince is such a detriment to WWE right now. He brings nothing to the table in terms of the creative end. I'm not even going to go into the business end. But just in terms of what we're seeing on TV, that show was unbearable. That show was so bad, and it was 3 hours. It was 3 hours. I barely made it through the first segment. And I kept thinking, oh, there has to be something good on here. There was nothing good anywhere on there. 3 hours. They couldn't come up with one good thing to do. Keith Lee, this guy showed a world of potential in NXT.
They took his tennis skirt off.
Still, the outfit they now have him in is less flattering than him just being out there with no shirt. And he looks older. He looks like he's aged 5 years since he's been up there on the main roster.
Well, you know what stress will do for you?
Awful. Just, I don't know how anyone watches that show.
Brian, you've got to calm down. You've got to take these things in stride. The ugly Brian is not going to be conducive to your long-term health.
Listen, you're right. And I can take it in stride. You know why? Because I don't have to watch Raw again for the foreseeable future. So it could be
until
just
they have the legends back.
Legends. I'm very upset Carlito wasn't able to be there. I dying to know what segment they would have had with him. Would he have been hanging out with Tatanka? Would he have been having funny, pithy dialogue with Angel Garza?
He would have been pulling worms out of his apple and feeding them to the boogeyman.
Randy Orton just like walking around in the back, looking for legends to just confront for no reason.
He just hates everybody these days.
What is his problem? What is his problem?
He's just a surly man. I'll tell you what his problem is. His problem is his gut health. Randy Orton's gut health is compromised because he's not on the athletic greens. Folks, we've told you that athletic greens is a great way to support your healthy immune system, aid with your digestion, increase energy and focus, and fill the nutritional gaps in your diet. And also, it'll put you in a better mood, or at least a better mood than Randy Orton. The Athletic Greens is an all-in-one superfood powder, by far the easiest, most delicious nutritional habit that you can add to your health routine and empower you to take ownership of your health. Brian, you take ownership of everything, whether you own it or not. And your health is just one of those things. And you, I know for a fact, hate the juicing, hate the buying the products, hate the blending them all up. You're like Stacy is. She does it every day. I do it myself. She pours the thing in the shaker. She shakes it up. It's sitting there for me. I have to drink it. It's good for me. Whether you're eating keto-free, paleo-free, vegan-free, dairy-free, gluten-free, sugar-free, less than 1 gram of sugar with this stuff. And right now, folks, if you want to support your athletic or your immune system with Athletic Greens, and you go to athleticgreens.com/JCE, you can get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs of Athletic Greens with your first purchase. athleticgreens.com/JCE, free year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs, and you're on that vitamin D too. You don't even need to inject this, folks. It just comes in a dropper. It's easy as pie and better for you than pie.
That's right.
Does your pie have vitamin D?
I drop my vitamin D right into my Athletic Greens after I mix it up, and it's fantastic. I know I'm going to get it. I love the taste of the Athletic Greens. It's become a daily ritual here at Last Manor. I love my Athletic Greens.
A daily ritual.